I sat across from the Thai lawyer in his Pattaya office, third floor of a building on Soi Buakau, watching him examine the documents I'd brought. Receipt from Tiffany & Co., dated March 2022. Purchase price, $75,000. Appraisal certificate, 3.2 carat emerald cut diamond, platinum setting. Photos, the ring on Chanika's finger, dozens of them. Social media posts where she'd shown it off to friends, family, her entire village. Mr. Harold, the lawyer said, sliding the papers back across his desk, you have very strong case. This ring you have proof of purchase, proof she possessed it, proof she refuses to return. Thai law is clear. If marriage ends, expensive gifts tied to marriage commitment can be recovered. I'd been in Thailand for 4 years, met Chanika in 2020, whirlwind romance, married in 2021. The ring was my promise, retirement savings, my late mother's inheritance, converted into a symbol of forever. I was 60, she was 30. I'd known the risks. Everyone had warned me. Age gap too big. She's after your money. You're just another ATM. I'd ignored them. Chanika was different, or so I believed. The ring was supposed to be the beginning. Instead, it became the end. It started small, or what I thought was small. Brother needs money for motorcycle, 40,000 baht. Paid. Mother sick. Hospital bills, 60,000 baht. Paid. Family farm, flood damage, 80,000 baht. Paid. Over 2 years, 1.2 million baht in emergencies. I never met the sick mother. The flood damaged farm looked fine when I drove past it. The motorcycle? Her brother still rode a 20-year-old Honda Wave, but the ring was different. When I'd given it to her, she'd cried. I'll treasure this forever, she'd said. Her family had treated me like royalty, finally. Respect from the village that had seen me as just another old farang with money. Then came February 2024. I'd found the messages on her phone while she was in the shower. Messages to her real boyfriend, a Thai man, 28. Gym trainer. Same guy she'd been seeing since before we'd met. He's so stupid. Believes everything. When I get enough, I'll leave him and we'll buy a house together. The ring alone, we can sell for 2 million baht. Maybe more. Just a few more months. Be patient. When I confronted her, she didn't deny it. She didn't apologize. She laughed. What are you going to do? Cry? You're old, I'm young. I'm Thai, you're farang. Who's going to believe you? I'd asked for the ring back. She'd refused. You gave it to me. It's mine. If you want it, take me to court. She'd smirked. Good luck with that. She'd moved out the next day. Took the ring, her clothes, and 200,000 baht from our joint account. Left me with an empty condo and a choice. Accept the loss or fight back. I could have let it go. At 60, I'd lived through loss before. Divorce in the States, 1998. Business failure, 2008. I knew how to rebuild. The money hurt the ring, the family emergencies, the joint account, but I could survive financially. It was her Facebook post, 3 days after she left, that changed everything. A photo, Chanika, at a beach club in Pattaya, wearing my ring, champagne glass raised, caption in Thai and English. Living my best life. Number blessed, number self-made. 47 likes. Comments from her friends. So beautiful. You deserve it. Rich farang are so easy. She wasn't hiding. She was celebrating, boasting. The ring I'd bought with my mother's inheritance was her trophy. Proof she'd won. That's when grief crystallized into something colder. She needed to face consequences. I'm Catholic. Raised in New Mexico, Sunday Mass until I was 18. Lapsed for decades, but the teachings never left. Forgive those who trespass against us. Turn the other cheek. Vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. I prayed that night. Genuinely prayed. First time in years. God, if you want vengeance, you're taking too long. She's out there, celebrating, planning her next victim. I need to know, is it wrong to fight back, Or am I supposed to just forgive her and let her keep destroying people? Silence. No divine guidance. No burning bush. Just me in an empty condo in Pattaya, staring at a $75,000 hole in my life. I thought about my mother. She'd worked as a nurse for 40 years, saved every penny, left me $120,000 when she died in 2019. Half of that had gone to the ring. The ring was supposed to honor her, a symbol of love, family, commitment. Now it was on the finger of a woman who'd mocked me. My mother would have said, "Harold, let it go. Money isn't worth your soul." But another voice, quieter, angrier. "Your mother worked 40 years for that money. Are you going to let this woman steal it and face nothing?" I decided, maybe I wasn't the instrument of God's vengeance, but I could be the instrument of legal justice. There was a difference, or I needed to believe there was. I fantasized, of course, vividly. Fantasy number 1. I'd hire someone to steal the ring back. Just take it. She stole it morally, I'd steal it physically. Fair trade. Reality check? That's burglary. I'd go to Thai prison. She'd press charges. I'd be the criminal. She'd keep the ring and get sympathy. Fantasy number 2. I'd expose her online. Create a website, pattayascammeralert.com. Her face, her name, her crimes. Warn every expat in Thailand. Reality check. Possible defamation lawsuit. She could claim emotional damage. Sue me for more than the ring's worth. Legal risk. Fantasy number 3. I'd report her to immigration. She'd worked at bars without permits. Used fake documents for visa extensions. Get her deported. Reality check. Might work but wouldn't get my ring back. Revenge without recovery. The fantasies were cathartic, but they weren't solutions. Then the lawyer's words echoed. You have very strong case. Legal path, slower, more expensive, but legitimate. I wouldn't become the criminal. I wouldn't sink to her level. I'd fight her in court, with evidence, with law, with patience, and I'd win. I wasn't a saint. I'd made mistakes in this relationship, ignored red flags, been willfully naive, let loneliness override judgment. At 60, after a lonely decade post-divorce, Chanaka had made me feel young again. Desired, needed, I'd wanted to believe her. That was my sin, willful blindness. But I wasn't a fool. And I wasn't going to be a victim. I'd spent my career as an engineer, Sandia National Labs, 35 years, retired 2019. I understood systems, evidence, process. If I approach this like an engineering problem, gather data, analyze, execute solution, I could win. The ring wasn't just money. It was my mother's legacy. It was my dignity. It was proof that actions have consequences. Shanika had bet I'd be too embarrassed, too old, too foreign to fight back. She'd miscalculated. I spent 2 weeks organizing everything. Tiffany & Co. Receipt. Original. March 14th, 2022. $75,000 charged to my visa. Appraisal certificate. Independent gemologist. June 2022. Confirmed value $78,000. Photos. 47 photos of Chanaka wearing the ring. Instagram, Facebook. Line messages to me. Marriage certificate. Registered at Pattaya Amfo. April 2021. Divorce filing. Filed by me, March 2024. Cited irreconcilable differences. Text messages. Her refusal to return ring. Screenshots. Translated to English. Witness statements. 2 expat friends who'd attended our wedding. Seen the ring. I created a spreadsheet. Evidence index. Categorized by type, financial, photographic, testimonial, date, relevance, engineer's brain. Everything documented. I didn't trust one opinion. I consulted 3 lawyers. Lawyer number 1, Thai. Strong case. Thai law. Marriage gifts of significant value tied to marriage commitment can be recovered if marriage ends. precedent exists. Cost, 150,000 baht retainer. Lawyer number 2, expat focused, difficult but winnable. Challenge, she'll claim it was unconditional gift. You'll need to prove it was conditional on marriage. Photos of wedding, her wearing it at ceremony that helps. Cost, 200,000 baht full representation. Lawyer number 3, recommended by Expat Forum. I've won 3 similar cases. Rings, cars, property. Key, prove value, prove possession, prove refusal to return. She has weak defense. My fee, 15% of recovered value. I hired lawyer number 3. Contingency basis meant he was motivated to win. His name was Kitasak, 15 years experience, bilingual, had worked with American clients before. Kitasak recommended a private investigator. We need to prove she still has the ring, hasn't sold it. If she sold it, we pursue monetary judgment. If she has it, court can order return. PI cost, 30,000 baht, 2 weeks surveillance. His report, Chanaka still wearing ring regularly, photos taken at Central Festival, Beach Road clubs, her new boyfriend's apartment, ring not sold, PI checked major gold shops, pawnbrokers no record, Chanaka currently unemployed, living with Thai boyfriend, gym trainer, 28, financially dependent on him, boyfriend unaware ring's value, overheard conversation. She told him it was 200,000 baht, not 2.5 million. Perfect, she still had it. Court could order physical return. I posted anonymously on Thai Visa Forum. Anyone dealt with recovering valuable property from ex-partner in Thai court? 23 responses. Key insights. Success stories. 3 men recovered cars, 1 recovered gold. Total, 4 wins out of 7 attempts. Timeline, 8 to 14 months average. Costs, 100 to 250,000 baht legal fees. Challenges. She'll claim it was a gift. Burden of proof on you. Thai courts slow but fair. Advice. Get everything in writing. Hire good lawyer. Be patient. 1 user, British. 1 similar case 2019. I recovered a 2 million baht ring. Took 11 months. Cost me 180,000 baht in legal fees. But I got it back. Judge ruled. Marriage contingent gifts are recoverable upon divorce. Don't give up. That message became my mantra. Kitasak's plan. 5-phase legal assault. Phase 1. Demand letter. Week 1. Formal letter demanding ring return within 14 days. Legal basis cited, Thai Civil Code Section 1466, unjust enrichment. Consequence, failure to comply will result in civil lawsuit. Purpose, establish good faith attempt to resolve. Court likes this. Phase 2, civil lawsuit filing week 3. If she refuses, file at Pattaya Provincial Court. Claim, recovery of property plus damages. Evidence submitted. All documents, photos, witnesses. Court fee, 25,000 baht, recoverable if we win. Phase 3, preliminary injunction, week 4. Request court order preventing her from selling ring. Basis, risk of asset dissipation. If granted, she legally cannot sell, pawn, or transfer ring. Phase 4. Court hearings, months 2 through 10. Expect 3 to 5 hearings. Thai courts schedule slowly. Present evidence, witness testimony, expert valuation. Her defense likely, it was unconditional gift. Our counter, ring given at wedding, worn at ceremony, tied to marriage commitment. Phase 5. Judgment and enforcement. Month 10 to 12. Court rules. Return ring or pay monetary equivalent. If she refuses, enforcement order, asset seizure, potential contempt charges. Expected timeline, 8 to 12 months total. Estimated costs. Legal fees, 180,000 baht. 15% of 1.2 million baht if we win. Court fees, 25,000 baht. PI, 30,000 baht. Miscellaneous, translations, notarizations, 15,000 baht. Total, 250,000 baht, approximately $7,500. Expected recovery, best case, ring returned physically, value $75,000. Acceptable case, court orders her to pay 2.5 million baht equivalent, approximately $75,000. Worst case, lose, pay her legal fees, approximately 100,000 baht. Risk benefit, if I win, net recovery $67,500, $75,000, minus $7,500 costs. If I lose, total loss $82,500, $75,000, ring plus $7,500 legal costs. Kidasak's assessment, 80% chance we win, evidence too strong, she has no defense. I calculated 80% times $67,500 equals $54,000 expected value, minus 20% times $82,500 loss equals negative $16,500. Net expected value, approximately $37,500. Not perfect, but better than zero. And it wasn't just about money, it was about consequences. Chanaka had bet I'd be too embarrassed, too old, too foreign to fight back. She'd miscalculated. Risks identified. Legal. If I lose, I pay her legal fees. Estimated 100,000 baht. Time, 8 to 12 months, consumed by case. Emotional. Prolonged engagement with her, reliving betrayal. Retaliation. She could file countersuit, defamation, harassment. Financial. She could sell ring before injunction granted. Moral. Am I obsessing over material object? Is this worth it? Mitigation strategies. Legal risk. Hire best lawyer. Done. Rely on strong evidence. Time risk. Set hard deadline. 12 months max. Then I accept outcome and move on. Emotional risk. Weekly therapy sessions. Journaling. Support group. Retaliation. Kidasak prepares defenses preemptively. Financial risk. File injunction. As soon as possible. Phase 3. Moral risk. Constant self-check. Is this consuming me? My personal rule. If at any point revenge costs more than healing financially or emotionally, I stop. I wrote that on a sticky note, put it on my bathroom mirror. Daily reminder. I surprised myself. I wasn't angry anymore. Anger had burned hot for 2 weeks after I'd found the messages. I'd screamed, cried, punched walls, broke a knuckle. Stupid. But once I'd decided on legal action, the anger cooled into something colder. Focus. Every morning. Coffee. Review evidence. Update case timeline. 4 hours daily. Not obsession project management. I'd managed reactor safety systems at Sandia for 35 years. This was just another problem to solve. My friends noticed. Harold, you seem calm. Too calm. Are you okay? I was okay. Better than okay. I had purpose. For 3 years in Thailand, I drifted retired. No goals, just existing. Chanaka had given me a reason to wake up, then taken it away. Now the lawsuit was my reason. Not healthy, maybe, but functional. Kidasak warned me, don't let this consume you. I've seen clients become obsessed, damage themselves worse than the original crime. I assured him, I'm an engineer. I can compartmentalize. I believed it. At the time, May 15th, 2024, Kidasak's office. The demand letter sat on his desk, printed on law firm letterhead, official, final. Once we send this, Kidasak said, there's no going back. She'll know you're serious. She might retaliate, smear campaign, countersuit, who knows. Are you sure? I picked up the letter. Read it again. Dear Miss Chanaka, you are in unlawful possession of a 3.2-carat diamond ring, valued at 2,500,000 Thai baht, purchased by Mr. Harold on March 14th, 2022. Said ring was provided in connection with marital commitment and is recoverable under Thai Civil Code Section 1466 upon dissolution of marriage. You are hereby demanded to return said ring within 14 days of receipt of this letter. Failure to comply will result in civil litigation. 14 days. 2 weeks for her to do the right thing. I knew she wouldn't. Send it, I said. Kitasak nodded. Registered mail, signature required. She'll have it in 3 days. I left his office, walked along Beach Road, watched the sunset. Tomorrow, the letter would be in the mail. In 3 days, Chanaka would hold it, read it, probably laugh. Then she'd realize I wasn't going away. This wasn't over. I felt something I hadn't felt in months. Power, not revenge. Not yet. Just the knowledge that I'd stopped being a victim. I was fighting back. May 18th, 2024. Shanika received the letter. I know because the tracking showed, delivered, signed by recipient. Silence for 4 days. May 22nd. My phone rang. Unknown number. Hello? You think you scare me with lawyer letter? Chanaka's voice, shrill, angry. I throw in trash. Ring is mine. You gave to me? I stayed calm. Chanaka, I gave it to you as my wife. We're divorced. It's not yours anymore. I'm Thai. You farang. Court will believe me, not you. We'll see. You have 10 days left to return it. She laughed. Bitter, mocking. You waste money on lawyer, stupid old man. You never get ring back. Never. Click. She hung up. Kitasak, when I told him, perfect. Her refusal is on record now. When she claims in court it was an unconditional gift, we'll cite this call. She's digging her own grave. May 29th, 2024. 14-day deadline passed. No ring, no contact. May 30th. We filed the lawsuit. The lawsuit was 47 pages. Kitasak had crafted it beautifully. Plaintiff, Harold, 60, retired engineer, U.S. citizen. Defendant, Chanaka, 30, unemployed, Thai citizen. Claim, recovery of property, 3.2-carat diamond ring, or monetary equivalent, 2,500,000 baht. Legal basis, unjust enrichment, Civil Code Section 1466, breach of implied contract, marriage contingent gift law. Evidence attached, 89 exhibits, receipt, photos, appraisal, witness statements, marriage/divorce certificates, text messages. Court fee, 25,000 baht. Filed June 3rd, 2024. June 10th. Chanaka was served. Summons delivered to her address, her boyfriend's apartment, Soi Khao Noi. She had 30 days to respond. I waited. June 17th. Kitasak filed emergency motion. Prevent defendant from selling, pawning, transferring, or disposing of ring pending trial outcome. Basis: high-risk defendant will dissipate asset to avoid judgment. Evidence: PI report showing Chanaka had inquired at 2 gold shops about ring value. Didn't sell, but showed intent. June 24th. Judge granted injunction. Court order: defendant is prohibited from transferring ownership of diamond ring described in case number 2024 to 3,384 until final judgment rendered. Violation constitutes contempt, punishable by fine and / or imprisonment. Kitasak: she can't sell it now. If she does, she goes to jail. We've locked her in. I felt a surge. First legal victory. Small, but real. July 8th. Chanaka's lawyer filed her response. I read it in Kitasak's office, translated from Thai. The ring was an unconditional gift, expression of love, not tied to marriage. Plaintiff gave ring freely, without written agreement requiring return upon divorce. Defendant wore ring as personal adornment, not as marital property. Plaintiff's claim is vindictive harassment from bitter ex-husband. Demand. Case dismissed. Plaintiff pays defendant's legal fees, 120,000 baht, plus damages for emotional distress, 500,000 baht. She was countersuing me for 620,000 baht. My stomach dropped. Can she win that? Kitasak. No. Thai courts rarely award emotional distress in civil property disputes. Her lawyer is posturing, trying to scare you into dropping the case. Don't fall for it. But it worked. I was scared. Not of losing money. Scared that I'd started something I couldn't finish, that I'd escalate this into mutual destruction. Kitasak saw my face. Harold, this is normal. They're bluffing. We have evidence she doesn't. Stay the course. I nodded. But that night, I couldn't sleep. Hearing number 1, August 12th, 2024. Procedural. Judge reviewed case documents, set hearing schedule. Both sides present. Chanaka wore the ring to court, deliberately. Flaunted it. Stared at me while the judge spoke. Message clear. I have it. You won't get it. I kept my face neutral, but inside, rage rekindled. Hearing number 2, September 30th, 2024. Evidence presentation. Kitasak submitted all 89 exhibits. Chanaka's lawyer objected to wedding photos. Irrelevant. Judge overruled. Relevant to establish ring's connection to marriage. My witnesses testified. Mark, British expat, attended our wedding. Harold gave ring during ceremony. He said, "With this ring, I thee wed." Classic marriage vow. It wasn't separate from marriage, it was the marriage symbol. Susan, American friend. Harold showed me the receipt before buying it. He said, "I'm investing in our future, our life together." He never would have bought a $75,000 ring for a girlfriend, only a wife. Chanaka's defense. She cried on the stand. Claimed I'd abused her, no evidence. Controlled her, false. And the ring was the only valuable thing I have. Judge's face. Unreadable. But she took extensive notes when my witnesses spoke. Hearing number 3, November 18th, 2024. Expert testimony. Gemologist confirmed ring's value. Current market value, 2.5 million baht, or $75,000. Chanaka's lawyer tried. Plaintiff could have insured ring, could have required signed agreement. His failure to protect investment is not defendant's liability. Kitasak countered. Marriage itself is the agreement. Thai civil code presumes marriage contingent gifts are recoverable. Precedent. Supreme Court ruling 2018, case number 4472. Judge, I'll review the precedent. Next hearing. Final arguments. January 6th, 2025. 2 more months. I'd been fighting for 7 months already. I arrived at Pattaya Provincial Court at 8 o'clock a.m. Hearing scheduled for 9 o'clock a.m. I was early, anxious, couldn't eat breakfast. Chanaka arrived at 8:55, flanked by her lawyer and her boyfriend, gym trainer guy, muscular, glared at me. She still wore the ring. 9 o'clock a.m. Judge entered. Everyone stood. Judge, I've reviewed all evidence, testimony, and legal precedent. I'll now render judgment. My heart pounded. 8 months had led to this moment. Judge read for 30 minutes. In Thai, Kitasak's assistant whispered translation. The evidence clearly establishes 1. Plaintiff purchased ring for 2,500,000 baht. 2. Ring was given to defendant at wedding ceremony. 3. Defendant wore ring as symbol of marital commitment. 4. Upon divorce, defendant refused to return ring. 5. No written agreement exists, but Thai Civil Code Section 1466 and Supreme Court precedent establish marriage contingent gifts are recoverable. The court finds defendant's claim of unconditional gift unpersuasive. Rings exchanged at weddings are inherently conditional on marriage continuance. Defendant's refusal to return constitutes unjust enrichment. Judgment. Defendant shall return diamond ring to plaintiff within 30 days. If defendant cannot or will not return ring, defendant shall pay plaintiff monetary equivalent 2,500,000 baht plus court costs, 25,000 baht, and 12% annual interest from date of divorce filing, March 2024, total 2,650,000 baht, approximately $79,000. Defendant's counterclaim for emotional distress is dismissed as meritless. Plaintiff is awarded costs. Defendant shall pay plaintiff's legal fees, 180,000 baht. The gavel fell. I'd won. Total judgment, 2,830,000 baht, approximately $85,000. I thought I'd feel triumph, vindication, joy. Instead, numbness. I sat in the courtroom as people filed out. Kitasak shook my hand. Congratulations. We won decisively. Chanaka screamed at the judge in Thai. Assistant translated. This is unfair. He's rich farang. I'm poor Thai. How can you do this? Security escorted her out. I watched her go. She still wore the ring. Would she return it? Or would I have to chase enforcement for months? I'd spent 8 months on this. 8 months of evidence gathering, legal fees, court appearances, sleepless nights. I'd won a judgment, but I hadn't won the ring yet. And even if I got it back, would it feel the same? It was tainted now. Symbol of love turned symbol of war. Kitasak, she has 30 days to return ring or pay. If she doesn't, we file enforcement order. Court will seize her assets. What assets? I asked. She's unemployed, lives with her boyfriend, probably has nothing. Then we garnish her future income, or the boyfriend pays to make it go away. I nodded, mechanically. I'd won. Why didn't it feel like winning? January 8th, 2025, 2 days after judgment, Chanaka's lawyer called Kitasak. My client cannot pay 2.8 million baht. She doesn't have it. She'll return the ring, but she wants plaintiff to waive legal fees, 180,000 baht. Otherwise, she'll drag out enforcement, make this take years. Kitasak asked me, do you want the ring back immediately, or do you want to fight for every baht? I thought, I want this over. Tell her, return the ring within 7 days, I'll waive the legal fees. If she doesn't, I pursue full enforcement. No negotiation. January 12th, 2025. Chanaka's lawyer delivered the ring to Kitasak's office. I held it. 3.2 carats. Platinum. Emerald cut diamond. Same ring. Different meaning. It felt heavier than I remembered. Heavier with the weight of 8 months. Legal battles. Bitterness. Kitasak. You won, Harold. Fully. She paid nothing. You recovered the asset. Clean victory. I put the ring in my pocket. Yeah, I said. I won. I didn't believe it. Her life. Chanaka's reputation in Pattaya expat community was destroyed. The case had been public record. Expat forums discussed it. Thai visa thread. American expat wins $75,000 ring back from Thai ex-wife. She couldn't scam expats anymore. Everyone knew her face. My relationships, 8 months obsessed with the case, had cost me friendships. My expat buddies had stopped inviting me to dinners, golf, gatherings. All you talk about is the lawsuit, Harold. We're tired of it. My time, 973 hours, I'd tracked it. Evidence gathering, meetings, court appearances, obsessive research. 973 hours I could have spent healing, traveling, dating, living. My mental health. Anxiety developed. Every phone call, I'd panic. Is it her? Is she retaliating? Sleep disruption. Nightmares about losing in court, her laughing, me broke and humiliated. The ring's meaning. I'd wanted it back to reclaim my mother's legacy. Now I had it, and I couldn't look at it without remembering Chanaka's smirk in court. I sat in my condo, the ring on my coffee table, doing the accounting. Financial. Ring value. $75,000. Recovered. Legal fees. $7,500. Waived in settlement. PI fees. $900. Time off work. I was retired, but missed consulting gigs. $4,000. Net financial outcome, plus $62,600. Emotional, time consumed, 973 hours. Friendships strained, 4 close friends distanced. Mental health cost, developed anxiety disorder. Therapy costs, started in month 5, $2,400. Net emotional outcome, negative. Moral, I'd stayed legal. I'd proven she faced consequences. I'd become obsessed. I delayed healing. I picked up the ring. It sparkled under the lamplight. Beautiful. Worthless. I'd won the battle. But I'd lost 8 months of my life to someone who didn't deserve 8 minutes of my thought. Kidasak's warning echoed. Don't let this consume you. It had consumed me. And now, holding the victory, it felt hollow. Total recovery? Ring returned. Value? $75,000. Legal fees waived in settlement? Saved. $7,500. Court costs? Paid by her? Saved. $1,000. Total costs? PI surveillance? $900. Miscellaneous expenses? Translations? Notarizations? Travel to court? $1,200. Lost consulting income? Couldn't focus on work for 8 months? $4,000. Therapy? Started month 5, ongoing. $2,400. Total spent? $8,500. Net financial result? Plus $66,500. On paper, huge win. I'd recovered a $75,000 asset for $8,500 in costs, but numbers don't capture everything. Time consumed. Evidence gathering, 247 hours. Lawyer meetings, 68 hours. Court appearances, 42 hours. Obsessive research, case law, forums, precedent, 383 hours. Anxiety spirals, lying awake, worrying, 233 hours. Total, 973 hours. 973 hours equals 40.5 days of my life. Consumed by her, even after she'd left. Psychological damage. Developed generalized anxiety disorder. Diagnosed month 6. Panic attacks before court hearings. 3 episodes. Insomnia. Average 4.5 hours sleep during case. Obsessive thoughts. What if I lose? What if she wins? What if she destroys the ring? Relationship consequences. Friends distanced. Mark, David, Susan, Tom, my core group. Dating. Impossible. Tried once. Talked about lawsuit, entire date. No second date. Family. Brother in New Mexico stopped calling. You're not the same, Harold. All you care about is revenge. The mirror moment. I looked in the bathroom mirror one morning, month 7, and didn't recognize myself. Gray, thin, exhausted. I'd aged 5 years and 7 months. The lawsuit had eaten me from the inside. February 2025. Ring recovered. Case closed. I sat in therapy. Dr. Sarah, American psychologist in Bangkok. Zoom sessions weekly. Harold, you won. Why don't you feel victorious? I stared at the ring, now in a velvet box on my desk, because I spent 8 months thinking about her, planning, strategizing, obsessing. She was out of my life, but I kept her in my head. She'd moved on, new boyfriend, new life. I was the one still fighting. Dr. Sarah, do you regret pursuing the case? Long pause. I don't know. She committed a crime, theft, fraud. I held her accountable. That's good, right? But I didn't hold her accountable. The court did. I just suffered for 8 months. What did you want from this? Justice. Consequences. For her to feel what I felt. Did she? I thought about Chanaka screaming in court. crying, humiliated. Maybe, but I don't feel better. I thought revenge would heal me. It didn't. Dr. Sarah leaned forward. Revenge rarely heals, Harold. Healing comes from processing trauma, rebuilding yourself, letting go. You spent 8 months avoiding healing by chasing revenge. She was right. I'd won the ring. I'd lost myself. No, it didn't. I'd fantasized. Once I get the ring back, I'll feel whole again, vindicated, strong. Reality. I felt empty, exhausted, still broken. The ring sat in its box, unopened. I couldn't wear it. Who wears a 3.2-carat diamond men's ring? I couldn't sell it. Too painful. Would feel like letting her win. I couldn't give it away. My mother's inheritance. Too precious. It was a trophy. Proof I'd won. But trophies don't heal betrayal. Therapy does. Time does. Distance does. I'd spent 8 months delaying healing, chasing validation through the legal system. The court said I was right. She was wrong. But my heart still hurt. My trust was still shattered. My loneliness was still there. Revenge had given me legal vindication. It hadn't given me peace. March 2025. I checked her Facebook, anonymous account. I know, still obsessed. She'd moved to Bangkok. New photos. Different boyfriend. Older Chinese man. 50s. Expensive restaurants. Luxury condo. Same poses. Same captions. Living my best life. No ring this time. I had it. But same pattern. She hadn't changed. The lawsuit hadn't reformed her. She'd just moved markets. Pattaya expats knew her face, so she'd shifted to Bangkok where Chinese tourists didn't read Thai forums. I showed Dr. Sarah. See? She's doing it again. Should I warn him? Post on Chinese expat forums? Dr. Sarah. Harold, if you spend the rest of your life tracking her victims, you'll never be free. She's a con artist. Con artists don't stop. You can't save everyone. So I just let her scam people? You held her accountable once. You got justice. Now you choose. Be the guy who warns every future victim forever? Or be the guy who heals and lives his own life? I closed the Facebook tab. I chose healing. April 2025. I sold the ring, not to spite my mother's memory, but because keeping it was keeping me chained to Chanaka. I contacted Tiffany & Co., got appraisal, $78,000, diamond values had increased, sold to private collector, $76,000, took the money, set aside $10,000 for continued therapy, $20,000 to charity, anti-human trafficking organization in Thailand, $46,000 into retirement fund. The ring was gone. Chanaka's hold on me, gone. I felt lighter. May 2025, 4 months post-judgment. I'd moved to Chiang Mai, away from Pattaya's memories. Small apartment, quiet neighborhood, daily routine, coffee, morning walk, consulting work, software engineering, remote, therapy. Thursdays, expat dinners, Saturdays, made new friends. No mention of lawsuit. I rarely thought about Chanaka. When I did, it was neutral, like remembering a bad car accident. It happened. I survived. I moved on. The anxiety lessened. Medication helped. Sleep improved. 6 to 7 hours now. Friends in Chiang Mai didn't know my history. I was just Harold, retired engineer, friendly American guy. I dated, casually, carefully. No ring-level commitments, no rushing, just living. The revenge chapter, closed. Did I regret it? Some days yes, some days no, but I'd learned. Revenge doesn't heal, time does. September 2025. I'm writing this story as therapy homework. Dr. Sarah suggested, document your experience. It might help someone else. So here it is. I got my ring back. Sold it, recovered most of the financial loss. On paper, victory. Emotionally, I lost 8 months. Friendships, mental health, Peace. Was it worth it? Depends on the day you ask me. Good days. Yes. She faced consequences. I stood up for myself. I'm not a victim. Bad days? No. I should have just left Thailand, started fresh, never looked back. Most days, it was necessary at the time. I'm glad it's over. I hope I never do it again. Lesson number 1. Legal revenge is effective but costly. Thai courts are fair. If you have evidence, you can win. I had overwhelming evidence, receipts, photos, witnesses, and I won decisively. But costs, $8,500 direct, 973 hours consumed, mental health damage, and 8 months of my life I'll never get back. If you pursue legal action, set a budget, time and money, stick to it, and have an exit plan. Lesson number 2. Winning in court does not equal winning in life. I won the judgment, but I didn't win my peace back. The court gave me legal vindication. It didn't give me emotional healing. Healing came from therapy, time, distance, and rebuilding. Not from the judge's gavel. Mistake. I confused justice with closure. They're not the same. Lesson number 3. Revenge becomes obsession. Set time limits. What started as, I'll just file one lawsuit, became daily evidence reviews, obsessive forum research, PI surveillance, social media stalking. Revenge is addictive. It gives you purpose, focus, a project, but it's a toxic purpose. If you pursue revenge, set a hard time limit. 6 months, win or lose, then I move on. Stick to it. Use alarms, accountability partners, whatever it takes. Lesson number 4. Moral high ground matters. I stayed legal, no theft, no sabotage, no violence. That mattered. When I told my story to new friends in Chiang Mai, I wasn't ashamed. I'd used the legal system, not criminality. If I'd hired thugs to steal the ring back, I'd be the criminal. My conscience would have eaten me. Stay legal. It's slower, harder, but you keep your integrity. Lesson number 5. Revenge doesn't change them. Chanaka didn't apologize, didn't reform. She moved to Bangkok and found new victims. Con artists don't change. The lawsuit didn't transform her into an honest person. It just relocated her. If you're hoping revenge will make her see the light, it won't. Scammers lack conscience. They adapt, not reform. Lesson number 6. Collateral damage is real. My lawsuit cost me friendships. People got tired of my obsession. It cost me 8 months of potential healing, dating, living. Revenge isn't surgical. It's a bomb. It damages everything around it, including you. Before you pursue revenge, count the costs, all the costs, not just financial. Lesson number 7. Selling the ring was the real victory. Keeping the ring kept me chained to Chanaka. It sat in my desk, a 3.2 carat reminder of betrayal. Selling it freed me. The money wasn't the point, the release was. If you recover an asset tied to trauma, consider whether keeping it helps or hurts. Sometimes letting go is winning. Lesson number 8. Healing does not equal justice. Focus on healing first. I spent 8 months pursuing justice, 0 months pursuing healing. Result? I got justice, but I was still broken. Better path. File lawsuit, then immediately start therapy. Rebuild life. Focus on self. Let the legal system work in the background. Don't delay healing for revenge. They can happen simultaneously, but healing must be the priority. If you're where I was, betrayed, furious, holding a $75,000 loss, document everything, bank records, messages, photos, before revenge mode. Consult a lawyer, know your legal options, costs, success probability, set a time budget, 6 months max obsessing, then move on regardless. Pursue one legal action, then let it run its course. Start therapy immediately. Don't wait for lawsuit to finish. Warn others, factual posts on expat forums, if you have evidence. Don't commit crimes, theft, Sabotage equals you become the criminal. Obsess beyond 6 months equals revenge becomes your prison. Expect revenge to heal you equals it won't. Neglect healing for revenge equals you'll still be broken after victory. Stalk her social media. I did this. Huge mistake. Kept her in my head. My specific advice? If you have strong evidence, receipts, photos, witnesses, and can afford legal fees, $5,000 to $10,000, file one lawsuit, hire a good lawyer. Let them handle it. If you have weak evidence or can't afford legal costs, walk away. Write off the loss. Invest that money in therapy and rebuilding. Revenge is only worth it if you have overwhelming evidence. You can afford it, financially and emotionally. You can pursue it without obsession. Your goal is legal justice, not emotional healing. Otherwise, let it go. She's not worth 8 months of your life. Alternative path number 1, file lawsuit, then move to another city. File the case, hire lawyer, then leave Thailand. Move to Vietnam, Cambodia, Philippines, somewhere new. Let the lawyer handle it remotely. Update me quarterly. I live my life, not consumed by court dates. Why this is better? Geographic distance creates emotional distance. I'd have healed while the case ran, not after. Alternative path number 2. Warn expat community, then walk away. Post factual warning on Thai visa. This woman scammed me. Here's evidence. Include her photo, public Facebook, pattern, no defamation, facts only. Then, delete social media, leave Thailand, never look back. Why this is better? I'd have helped future victims, altruistic justice, without the 8-month legal slog. Alternative path number 3, radical acceptance, no revenge. Accept the loss. $75,000 equals expensive lesson. Walk away immediately. Invest $10,000 in therapy, $65,000 in rebuilding, new life, new city, new start. Why this is better? 0 time wasted on her. Total focus on healing. In 8 months, I'd be healthy, happy, moved on. Which path is best? Depends on your personality. I'm an engineer. I needed to solve the problem. For me, the lawsuit was necessary for psychological closure. But for others, walking away might be healthier. Know yourself before you choose. Revenge is justified if she's a serial criminal, multiple victims, ongoing scams, you have overwhelming evidence, legal cases strong, 80% plus win probability. You can afford it, financially and emotionally. Your goal is warning others, preventing future victims. You can pursue it without obsession. Set boundaries, time limits. Revenge is counterproductive if you have weak evidence, case will fail, wasting money. You're doing it for closure. Revenge doesn't provide that. You're fantasizing violence, you'll destroy yourself. It's consuming your life. You've become the obsessed ex. She's gone/disappeared. You'll never catch her. Move on. In my case, I had strong evidence, could afford it, and needed legal validation. For me, it was justified. But the cost, 8 months, friendships, mental health, was it worth it? Barely. For those who pursued revenge and regret it, forgive yourself. You were hurt, you reacted. You're human. Learn from it, but don't punish yourself forever. What's done is done. Now, focus on healing. It's not too late. For those considering revenge, pause, breathe. You have time. Revenge fantasies are normal. Acting on them is optional. Talk to a therapist. Talk to a lawyer. Talk to others who've been there. Make an informed decision, not a rage-fueled one. For those who walked away, that's strength, not weakness. Living well is the best revenge isn't a cliche, it's wisdom. You chose peace over war. She's gone from your life. You're free. That's the ultimate victory. 3 truths I learned the hard way. 1. Revenge is poison you drink hoping she'll die. I drank it for 8 months. It almost killed me, not physically, but spiritually. 2. Winning in court doesn't heal a broken heart. The judge said I was right. My heart still hurt. Time healed it, not the gavel. 3. The best revenge is indifference. 2 years later, I rarely think about Chanaka. When I do, it's neutral, like remembering bad weather. She's irrelevant. That's the real victory.